Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fatma Arum Cahyani. Today I would like to talk about sexual harassment and sexual abusement. Sexual harassment includes behavior such as unwanted sexual advances, asking for something in exchange for sexual activity, and other unwanted sexual behavior. Meanwhile, sexual abusement means physical sexual treatment without consent of another person, or when the another person is in a state of being unable to give consent. Sexual abusement includes sexual assault, rape, domestic violence, dating violence, and stalking. Examples: sexual harassment. Forms of sexual harassment. As a difference between sexual harassment and sexual abusement, the perpetrators of this form of sexual harassment are committed by those who come from any gender and have any relationship with the victim, such as superiors in the office, co-workers, friends, or teachers. According to the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, examples of behavior that include sexual harassment are 1. Verbal harassment that offends a person's sexuality or body, including pornographic and vulgar jokes. 2. Unwanted touch and physical contact. 3. Sending text messages, emails, or sexually explicit photos that the recipient doesn't want. And next, sexual abusement. Forms of sexual abusement. Sexual abusement means forcing or manipulating the victim to perform sexual activities against her consent, often involving physical violence in his actions. The reason the victim cannot give permission could be because of fear, age, illness, disability, or being under the influence of alcohol or drugs. The victims can be anyone, including children, teenagers, adults, and even the elderly. According to the National Sexual Violence Research Center, examples of forms of sexual abusement are rape or sexual assault, incest, unwanted sexual touch or contact, sexual exploitation, showing genital or neck to others without consent of the person concerned, masturbating in public, stalking or following someone secretly. Next, the impact for the victims. The impact for the victims. In general, the victims of sexual harassment and sexual abusement will experience the impacts in terms of psychological, physical, or career development and education. Psychologically, the victims will feel ashamed, shocked, self-blame, angry, frustrated, confused, depressed, self isolating, and so on. As a result of various negative emotions and stress experienced by the victims, physical effects can also appear, such as headache, sexual trauma, phobia, difficulty sleeping, and weight changes. The victims who experience physical violence directly can experience injury, unwanted pregnancies, and contracting sexual disease such as AIDS. When sexual harassment and abusement occur in the workplace or educational institution, it certainly affects the victims as the member, such as decreased performance and achievement, loss of promotion, change of major and job, or even leaving the workplace and school. And by recognizing the forms and differences of sexual harassment and abusement, hopefully we can be more aware of ourselves so as not to become victims or perpetrators. Prevention and termination efforts can also be made when we aware of these forms of sexual harassment and sexual abusement. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.